right, guys. So 2021 is here. Okay, kids. So let's talk about it, right? So we in 2021, what are our goals for the next decade? Okay, we're gonna get into it, right? We're gonna start with the first one, which is number one thing that I want to do for the next 10 years is build a six-figure agency. Okay, we already on our way there. We already have everything set up. Okay, and I feel like we're gonna have some pretty good success. Now, this is something that's gonna take time. It's going to take, sacrifice, just like any other of my business ventures that I've had. Okay, but at the end of the day, anything that is worth anything is gonna take work. That's just how it is. You can't get past putting in the work and actually working hard to get to a certain goal. So I know number one is build a six-figure agency, right? And when I mean a six-figure agency, we're not talking about $100,000. We could do that shit in a year. My goal is to get it to at least $500,000, $600,000 a year. So then like that, I could have some employees. And then at the end of the day, I could keep at least $150,000, $200,000 in profits. Okay. So if we could do that within the next few years, it will be a blessing. Now, number two, my second goal is to grow CodingPhase.com to 250,000 members. Now, I think in the last 3 years, we've had over 70,000 people that have gone to CodingPhase.com and have used the website either through my website itself or through other third-party companies. But I would like to have that goal that I think I could reach. If I was to be like, man, I want to get 1 million people at CodingPhase, I don't know about that, right? We might be able to hit something like that, especially after we have started translating all of the courses into Spanish and French. We're getting all of those things done right now. But I think at 250,000 members, I think that's a solid and more realistic thing to actually achieve. Okay. And if anything goes beyond that, shit, that's a blessing. Okay. So my next thing that I will say that is another goal for the next 10 years, right? This whole decade, I will say is build Famous as a mobile application. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, I've had this idea of creating a startup, basically serving the music industry, serving guys who are producers, artists, directors, photographers, the models, right? So creating a platform for them, right? And I've had this idea for a long time. This year or last year, 2020, we tried to launch everything, but it wasn't the right time. So I pulled the plug on it. And I also realized that the best way for this to work is not really on the web. It's more on people's phones. So if I can build the idea that I have for Famous in a mobile application, I think we could really make some waves in the music industry. Okay. And at the same time, I want to be more active with the music industry. As you guys may know, I used to be a producer. I also used to do a little rapping here and there. So I have a lot of artists that I know that are super huge right now in the Famous, and especially in the Latin market. But those guys are still connections that I have. People always invite me to concerts or to parties or to go meet up with them in the studio time. And, the last 10 years, right, I kind of just focus on programming. I never hanged out with anybody. I never went to go see anybody, right? And I feel like for the next 10 years, that's something that I want to get back into, right? Be more active in the music industry, maybe finding my own artist or somebody that I could help promote and push out there, or a producer, right? The next thing that I will say, number 4, which is my fourth goal for the next decade, is becoming an authority within the e-commerce ecosystem. We're talking about things like Shopify, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, Wix, right? Pretty much the whole ecosystem of selling products online. I want to become an authority in that field. Okay. That's something that if you guys haven't checked out 87 Lux, which is my other channel where we're going to be posting a lot of things that has to do with e-commerce and themes and apps for e-commerce, right? If you guys haven't checked that out, definitely go search 87 Lux Agency. Okay, that's gonna be the other YouTube channel where we're gonna be posting that. But for the next 10 years, that's something that I want to work towards to. I want to become an authority. I want to become the guy that goes and talks at conferences, right? The guy that goes in and does, presentations, right? Become an authority in the field, right? Have with my agency, a couple of clients that we can say, hey, this is a case study of what we did for them and we had success. And at the same time, present to other people how important it is to be in the space of e-commerce. So all of that is that whole ecosystem of e-commerce, and I want to be one of those guys that's really known for that. Okay, so that's one of my goals too. Okay, the next one, which is number 5, is focusing on learning new tech skills, right? Instead of relearning what I already know. Okay, like I'm done with learning new frameworks. I'm done with learning new JavaScript framework because of this and that, or I don't want to learn a new backend framework just for the hell of it. Like I want to master the things that I already know instead of going in and trying to relearn the same things over and over again. Like I'm done. I'm done. I don't care if it saves a kilobyte. I don't care if it's going to be saving a millisecond of load time. I don't care about that. What I care about is the projects, the products, right? And I want to focus on learning new things. So maybe learning like machine learning, right? Or jumping into mobile apps, right? Like I said, I want to create Famous into a mobile app. So maybe this time around, I might spend the next year, 2 years focusing on learning Swift, or, focusing on learning Kotlin, or even playing around with some Flutter, right? I already know React Native, but I think I also want to go in and dive deeper into creating mobile applications themselves. Okay. So it could be natives instead of being, like a hybrid / web application. Like, nah, I don't want to do that. I already know how to do it. So I want to learn how to actually go in and create mobile apps themselves, and, and work with Swift and Kotlin a little bit more. Okay. Number 6, open up a franchise, right? So for those of you guys that don't know, one of my dreams has always been to open up a Dunkin' Donuts, right? Maybe a McDonald's, right? Something like that has employees working the business while I'm not there, okay? And shit, it might not even have to be, even a franchise. I was thinking about this the other day. I might just open up a Dominican restaurant. You know what I mean? Put some mofongo, Joe's Mofongos. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. What I care about is that I have a business that's running by itself, and that I could just come in on a Friday and come in and see the employees working there, run through the kitchen, like, yo, what up? Put my finger in it, like, yo, y'all missing a little bit of salt. That sounds nasty. The random owner just putting his dirty ass finger into the soup or something. I'm joking, guys. I'm not gonna do that, right? But but all I'm saying is like, yo, you the boss. Go in there, get a spoon, be like, yo, y'all missing some salt, put some flavor into this. You know what I mean? The mofongo, smash that plátano down, right? Maybe we'll do like East meets West, right? I got my wife's mother, who is a great cook, a great chef, right? Maybe she could throw in some flavor, some Filipino meats, Dominican food, something like that. I don't know. Sky's the limit, right? Sky's the limit. So that's something that I would like to do, either open up a franchise or open up like a restaurant, even if it's at a small scale. Like, it doesn't have to be big. It's just one of my dreams that, I always wanted to have and say, hey, that's mine, right? That brick and mortar location, and that's mine, right? I go in there. Who's the boss? Joe's the boss. Give him a plate. You know what I mean? Like, yo, the boss is here. You ever been at a job and be like, yo, everybody get nervous because the owner just came in? I want to get that feeling too. You know what I mean? Because I've been so much at the bottom. I want to get that feeling too of coming in like, yo, who came in late today? You know what I mean? Like, it's my turn to ask, who's coming in too late to the job? You get what I'm saying? So I would definitely like to do that, so that's one of my goals for this next 10 years, this decade. Another one is teach my kids to code, right? I told Ethan last night, I said, yo, I'm going to get you a little laptop so I could teach you how to code and you can make your own games. And Ethan got excited. He's like, oh, I could make my own games, Daddy? And I'm like, yo, I'm about to put him on, right? Because he's already got the interest, and he's always coming in here and wondering like what I'm doing. He's like clicking on the keyboards and this and that, right? And it's like, hey, you got to start him early, right? So if we could get Ethan in there and Jason in there too, and little Kylie in there too, why not, right? I really love what learning how to code taught me, in the sense of like how to think logically, how to, freaking not get so frustrated, or to understand that everything in life is not going to be easy. Like, that's what programming really taught me, when it really comes down to it. It's just like, hey man, if you have a goal, you could get to it, right? If you want to accomplish something, you're going to find your way to do it, right? And that's something that programming can teach kids, and just give them the patience and show them, hey man, take your time with it, okay? And find a logical way to basically solve the problem. So that would be so cool to have Ethan come in and be like, yo, Ethan comes in and tells me, hey dad, check out my game. Like, yo, I will be the happiest dad ever. Okay. So then another goal that I have for the next 10 years is to travel to Brazil, the UK, Spain, Thailand, and Tokyo. Like, those cities or countries I want to go to, right? There's a couple of cities that I want to get to, right? But those countries are the countries that I really want to get to for sure. And that also goes into number 9, which is at some point I want to become a digital nomad, meaning that I want to travel the world, right, for at least 3 to 6 months by myself, no family, no kids, no nothing. This was one of my biggest dreams. This is what I wanted to do when I became a developer. When I started learning how to code, one of my biggest dreams was to go out, put on a little backpack, head out to Asia, right? Go to Europe, right? Just go backpacking. Doesn't matter where, and just work from my laptop, right? Just work from my laptop and just get things done. And at the same time, experience new things, new cultures, see new people, right? Get to meet new people, become, friends with new people, make friendships, things like that. Like, I'm a people's person. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't get COVID-23 out here and we don't have to be at home all the time. But that's one of my dreams, right? So I think I can do that in the next 10 years, okay? Of course, I can't do it right now. I got a baby that was just born. How does that look? Daddy left for 3-6 months. Sorry, kiddos. You ain't got a dad right now. Like, you know what I mean? But once they go to school, wifey got her car and everything is, situated, right? I think I could do that, Wifey's going to be tight, Wifey's going to be like, oh, you smashing something. I'm like, nah, I'm just traveling. You know what I mean, Ma? You know what I mean? Like, I ain't doing nothing out here. I'm just traveling. Yeah. Nah, I'm just going to travel and chill, right? But it's a goal of mine, and I have to accomplish it because I worked so hard to get to this point and have all the skills. And for me to not experience this, which is like almost the one of the main reasons why I got into programming, it will be a shame. I don't want to be that 60, 70-year-old guy who says, you know what, man, I never got to do this thing. Like, you ever seen the movie, was it Up, where the two old couple, they wanted to travel to a city or someplace in South America, and they always saved their money, and every time that they saved the money, something happened, and they had to go back into the savings, into the little piggy bank, right? And then at the end of their lives, the wife died, and the husband's there. It's like, damn, now I'm 70-something years old, 80-something years old, and we never got to travel to these places that we was really always saving for. So I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the guy with a balloon in my hand like, damn, man, I should have traveled when I was young. This is something I want to do, and I'm going to do it for sure. The next one is set up a school in Dominican Republic to teach kids how to code. I think Dominican Republic is a great, country. It's a lot of smart kids out there, and they're missing just the opportunities and missing somebody that can be a mentor or, somebody that can help them out. If I can somehow get like a location over there and and have like a cafe, right? Have like a cafe where kids can come in, learn how to code. Maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays there's somebody there that could teach them the basics of programming, and then from there they have access to free computers, free internet. That's something that will make me happy, because at least I will be making a difference or trying to make a change in my own home country. So yeah, man, those are my top things that I want to do for the next decade, right? A lot of you guys might have a lot of dreams, a lot of goals. All I will say, you guys, is that you guys can definitely get there, okay? Write down your goals, man. Write down those long-term goals, and don't think like, oh, it's not possible. Everything is possible. Like, straight up, everything is possible. Everything that you could think of right now is possible. You just got to work towards it. You just can't stop. Just because you don't see results initially doesn't mean that you can't get there. It just means that you got to work harder and go a different route, a different way, okay? But just know that everything that you think that is impossible, right, is actually possible, because other people have done it and they're doing it right now as we speak. Every single thing that another human being has done before, you can do too, okay? So always keep that in mind, all right? So this is my video for today, guys. Simple video. I just thought about this. I'm like, man, what's my 10-year goals from now till 2031, right? The next 10 years. What exactly is it? My next few goals that I want to accomplish, and that's what it is. We got build a 6-figure agency, grow CodingPhase.com to 250,000 members, build famous a mobile application, and be more active in the music industry. Become an authority with the e-commerce system. Focus on learning new skills instead of relearning what I already know. Open a franchise, right, or a restaurant. Teach my kids to code. Travel to Brazil, UK, Spain, Thailand, and Tokyo. Become a digital nomad for at least 3 months. Set up a school in Dominican Republic to teach kids how to code. And that's pretty much it. Okay. So anyways, guys, if you like this type of content, please leave a like. Please leave a comment. Let me know what are your goals for the next 10 years. And yeah, just write them down. Okay. Put them right here. Let us know what you want to accomplish in the next 10 years. Okay. It's going to be great to see this in there, and we could start a conversation in the comment section. Okay. If you agree with somebody's goals and say, hey, shit, I got the same thing. I want to do the same thing. Go ahead, leave a comment right under them. Okay. So yeah, man, let's get this started, right? So anyways, guys, I'll see you guys later. It's your boy Joe, back at it again, CodingPhase.com. Your boy's back, and I done did it again. One more time. You get what I'm saying? We here, kids. 2021 all the way to 2031. We're going to be here, kids. Okay. So I'm going to see you guys later. It's your boy Joe, back at it again. Peace.